What's up, you guys? My name is Beast Mode, and today what we're going to be talking about is just kind of how to be a better Call of Duty player. Just this general idea that I have. It's something that I think all players who are looking to improve their general ability at Call of Duty should kind of do, and it's a really quick and easy thing. Look at this guy, just quick little derp here. I kind of felt like the derp by the end of this because I just kept missing him, but luckily he was just quite oblivious, and I got a free kill right off the start, so that's always nice. But going back into what I was talking about, this is just kind of a general thing that I think is true. It's definitely something that I try and stick to, and it's something that kind of keeps Call of Duty a little bit fresh, because Call of Duty can get very stagnant and monotonous at times. But for what I want to really, I guess I'll just get right to it, is you need to be able to play different play styles and different game modes. And what I mean is, I'm going to talk from the perspective of a knifer. Right now I am playing free-for-all. Now free-for-all is not normally a game mode that I would play. My top game modes would be team deathmatch and kill confirmed 1 and 2. That's probably 90% of my games. And then the other 10% is probably domination. Now in Black Ops 1 I played a lot more domination. It was about 50-50 between that and team deathmatch. But you know, free-for-all, never something I play. And if I'm using a gun, definitely not something I play. The only time I'm ever going to be playing free-for-all is if, you know, I'm trying to get, you know, the 30 victory with the knife only, you know, tomahawks, etc., etc. And that's what you're watching here. It's a 30 and 11 gameplay. But when I play free-for-all, I go into the game with a different play style in mind, a different class setup, obviously, and you have to be able to adjust your class setups. You have to be able to adjust your play styles, your score streaks, depending on the game modes. And some of this might seem quite obvious, you know, like duh, you know, if you're playing search, you don't want to be running a swarm, because the likelihood of you getting that probably pretty low, even for a very good player. That's just a lot of score to get in a game mode where that's hard to obtain. So free-for-all, for example, with me knifing, I'm going to use a combat knife, and I'm being aggressive, because free-for-all, guys, it's not about your KD. It's a race to 30 kills, and a lot of the times I think the reason people don't do that well in free-for-all, or don't win a lot in free-for-all, is because they don't play aggressive enough. Look, I don't care if I die, you know, I'm racing to get to 30 kills. That is my objective, is to get to 30 before everybody else. So in order to do that, you have to be very aggressive. So when I'm playing free-for-all, what's my class setup look like? What's my playstyle look like? I'm running a class that doesn't have ghosts, because you're playing against guys. Not often do people throw up a UAV. If they do, it's only a UAV for one guy. The rest of the guys don't know where you're at. So, you know, I'm using lightweight. I'm running fast with extreme conditioning. I got 2 tomahawks. I'm using my combat knife, not a ballistic knife, because it allows me to run faster. It's got a quicker recovery time on the knife. So really, I'm just being aggressive as possible, maneuvering through the map, trying to catch up, trying to get to 30 kills. Now, if I'm playing team deathmatch is all about your kill death ratio. You know? I mean, that's what team deathmatch is. Really, it comes down to, if you didn't go positive, you didn't help your team. As much as you know as you can do side things, the ultimate objective of team deathmatch is, you know, to get to 75 before the other team, and your kill death ratio is the only thing that affects that. You know, there's no objective in team deathmatch except kills and deaths. Now in domination, for example, team deathmatch, obviously then I'm playing a little bit more conservative. I'm playing a little bit more laid back. I'm trying to get some kill streaks. I'm going for a nicer gameplay. So I got to lay back a little bit. I'm putting ghost on so that I'm running, I'm flanking behind enemies. I'm laying a little bit more back. It's not a race. It's more just about staying alive, not dying, getting more kills than you die. You move to domination, which is more of an objective game mode. At that point, you know, you're just running for the objectives, you're running for the thing. Search and destroy. Now that completely changes. Lately I've been playing some search and destroy, and in search and destroy, obviously you're running lower kill streaks. As far as from a knifing perspective, you're really slowing down. No, that's not what you do from a knifing perspective in search and destroy, guys. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. When I play search and destroy, this is how I approach it. Now maybe if I'm using a gun, I might slow down. That's rarely. I usually always rush regardless. But especially when I'm using a knife, baby, I'm putting on combat knife, lightweight, extreme. I'm putting on some stuns or flashes, and I am getting to spots before you think I will be there, and just throwing those tactical grenades and trying to kill as many people as fast as I can. Search and destroy for me as a knifer is either a great game or a terrible game, because I either get in there and I just clean house on people because I'm just there before they expect me, and I just start flanking, get some multi-kills, or I just rush right into somebody, camp in a corner, and get killed. So as you can see, guys, and what my main point is, what I want to get to, is if I always just played team deathmatch, if I always just played kill confirmed, which is basically team deathmatch, I would only be playing one playstyle. I would only be improving, you know, my playstyle in one sense of knifing. I wouldn't be improving my abilities, my awareness, situations that are going to happen differently, say in search and destroy, where, you know, I'm really going aggressive. It's a one death thing, or, you know, free for all, where it's also super aggressive compared to team deathmatch, where I'm sitting back a little bit. If I don't see me playing free for all, and you guys can expect to see a lot more free for all, because honestly I'm enjoying it right now. Coming into free for all, I'm trying to be very aggressive. I'm trying to get to 30 kills faster than everybody, and I'm just running like a madman. And in a way, that helps me in team deathmatch. It carries over because I'm getting better at situations, you know, just acting on the fly. Lots of people running fast, thinking on the fly very fast. So when I move into team deathmatch, where I'm normally, you know, just a little bit more laid back, when situations like that arise when they normally wouldn't, well, now I'm more prepared for it. Same way as if you're playing a little bit slower. You know, you gotta play multiple play styles. You can't, if you always do the same thing, you're obviously gonna get very good at that same thing. But we all play different game modes. We all mix it up. We all get into friends' lobbies, you know, and they're playing search, and you're normally a team deathmatch guy, or you're normally an objective, you know, domination, headquarters, whatever type of player. That's why you just got, balancing it out not only keeps the game fresh, it not only keeps Call of Duty from getting kind of stagnant, like I said, because Call of Duty, you know, it really can. You got to take breaks from it here and there. That's just like anything, you know, just like lifting. There's times where you just need to take a break, and it's good for you. You know, you just need that. You come back, you feel refreshed. Well, also, besides that, it's just going to help you in every other game mode. You're going to learn different playstyles. You're going to be an all-around better player because you're going to be more aware in multiple different types of situations. And that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about, and I got into free-for-all just to do that very thing. I was not doing very well in team deathmatch. You know, I've been playing it so long, and I was trying to get gameplays, I think, almost too hard, where I just wasn't relaxed and playing naturally. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna change it up, mix it up, and I went into free-for-all, and I was like, you know what, let's try and get some free-for-all games. Let's try and win, you know, let's get 30 kills without using a gun in lobbies where players are using guns. And, you know, I just thought, you know, that'll be a fun thing to do. That'll be something different. I'm not really going to go into it caring. You know, I'm not expecting to do anything amazing. Just going to have fun. I know by playing free-for-all, I'm not really going to care about my KD too much. I'm still going to try and get a good KD, obviously. But my main goal is just to get to 30 first. I'll be satisfied in free-for-all if I can just get to 30 kills and win the game. In Team Deathmatch, I'm not going to keep a gameplay in Team Deathmatch if I have more than 5 or more deaths. Probably not going to keep the gameplay. And even if I do, you say I have around 5 deaths, I mean, I'm going to have probably around 30 or more kills in order for me to kind of fit that criteria. So I just want to encourage you guys to just mix it up, get into multiple gameplays. It'll help you in all aspects just to be a better player and be more situational, or more situational awareness, I guess. And it also just helps to keep it fresh and just to have fun, and that's the main objective. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, your support is greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed, that subscribe button there does work, so you can click on that. In the bottom left hand corner, you have my previous commentary about whether everybody should have the right to an opinion, and in the bottom right, you have a knife only sworn little piece of gameplay.